prior to your tenure with the Hawks, you spent a few years as an assistant, LeBron James, on that team in Cleveland. I'm assuming you saw, like the rest of us, that LeBron James and several other African-American stars and athletes and entertainers are going to get together, and they have formed something called More Than a Vote, aimed at inspiring African-Americans to register and cast a ballot in November. I assume you were part, there's a lot of assumptions here, of what we saw this past week in the state of Georgia, and there's a photograph, I guess, of you and your is this your
my wife.
Your wife. And so there you are. Many people across this country are terming what was going down in the state of Georgia as purposeful disenfranchisement. I'm wondering where you stand on this subject and whether you're going to bring your platform to what LeBron is starting right now.
I just sent him a text message less than an hour ago saying that I'm all in. Our organization, we're having discussions about what we can do. You know, I live in the suburbs. I live in Brookhaven, which is right next to Buckhead, which is popular in Atlanta. It's still in Metro Atlanta, but I'm in DeKalb County, and my voting process was 20 minutes. But when you get into the heart of the city, where it's South Atlanta, Fulton County, where it is lower income, it is some areas are African American dominant. It's the same thing. I witnessed this when I first got here. We had the issue with the governor's race, and voter suppression occurred then. The voter suppression occurred here at 7 a.m., which was amazing. Like it was blatant that there was going to be issues in Fulton County and many other counties in the state of Georgia. But it's voter suppression at its finest. It is purposeful. We can't have these same issues. I love what LeBron and the other athletes are doing to address it and partner with the local organizations to get registration going, get education going, and get people to the polls. But, enough's enough. It's about as blatant and as purposeful as it can be, and it's sad that it's here in our state, but it's definitely by design, and it's a frustrating chain of events that have occurred for many years in the state of Georgia.
Yes, and apparently one of the teammates, if you will, for LeBron on More Than a Vote is Trae Young, who you know very, very well, as you're trying to have his career blossom even more amazingly already. And he was vocal, if I'm not mistaken, active in some of the protesting that went down.
Yeah, out in Norman, his hometown. He spoke of doing that with a family member and really just doing something that he's never done before. It's out of his comfort zone, but having the courage and the bravery to do it. And here you see him again joining forces with the other athletes to represent the city of Atlanta and the voter suppression issues that we have. You talk about young players, and you talk about all our young players, and couldn't be more proud of our guys, our players. You're seeing J.J. Redick speak out, Kyle Korver speak out, LeBron James speak out, Trae Young speak out, Donovan Mitchell speak out. You're seeing Jaylen Brown drive 15 hours to get to Atlanta to protest, and Malcolm Brogdon. Proud of our guys, proud of our league, proud of our guys really stepping to the forefront. And it's our job now as coaches, guys that are supposed to lead these guys, to support them and to encourage them. And this is going to help, for me personally, Trae's growth, his development, to use his voice, to use his platform purposely.
Yeah, I think, does he need to work on his horse game a little bit? If I recall that a few weeks ago.
Well, Chauncey's pretty good. They don't call him Mr. Big Shot for nothing.
Right?
That's a tough first round matchup.
Hey, he definitely got the poor draw. He got the poor draw.
His first matchup is Mr. Big Shot. Man, that's a tough draw.